Hey everyone, welcome back to F1 My Team Minardi. Off to Japan next. Quite excited for that. I'm generally not very good at that circuit, so don't expect too much when we get there. I was just having a quick look actually, and look at how this was why it was interesting, and I'm glad that I went for the marketing stuff, because look, all of the activities now are worth double. So driver experience +2 +2, that is going to be great for Delatraz. So that's why I've stuck them on. And then the funded home team event gives everyone a 10% morale boost, which is superb. So really pleased with that. Looking at how we can deal with the R&D tree has also kind of made me go, how do I do it? I'm not quite sure yet, but I might just do like one big hurrah to kind of finish off the season a little bit. But what I want to do, and this might sound a bit strange, I want to advanced time. So there we go, great with the weight training, and then I want to get to the 5th. There we go.
Without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
That's what I wanted to check. I just wanted to see if that was a thing. And then I wanted to see okay. There we go. Funded team home event. That now puts us at 3 million. Ooh, interesting. Okay. But look at the good morale for everybody. So my big thing here is let's develop this at 21%. And that will really push the Minardi team up a wee bit. Plus, look at how much full time it's going to be done for. So it'll be ready for just after the United States race. So I'm really pleased with that. And we've still got room for other stuff potentially too. If we feel like it. And plenty of design points for us to kind of really go, this is how we do it. And look at what we've managed to do, because we're still pressing forward and other teams don't seem to be. We've now leapfrogged Alfa Romeo and Alfa Tauri in the performance game. Haas look like they've done a tiny improvement, and Red Bull have had an improvement. Williams need to get their CAC together somewhat. And with that 3 million, what do we do with it? There's part of me that thinks let's go for the drivers. That's 4.5. We are going to have to think about no, let's I just don't know. Well, we aren't doing anything with those parts, are we? So let's invest in ourselves. Nice little team perk there. And some additional answers there as well. And there we go, we'll be fine until we get to level 15. And I'm quite happy with that. If that gives us more ability to have more sway on things, I guess. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. Right. let's go to Japan. I'll catch you after practice. Hey everyone, welcome back after practice. This isn't going to go very well at Japan. I'm not very fast and I'm not very consistent, so this could be one of the worst ones that we've had today. A couple of other interesting things that have kicked off at the same time. We've had the rule changes come through for the R&D, and look, it is all chassis and reliability related that has come through, which I find quite interesting. So I'm just going to start steaming through and signing them off basically. So let's adapt these parts instantly. We should be okay. With the majority of this, so that's like most of it done already. We've then got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to deal with. If we do get any more leftover points, we're going to just need to still stick them in the aerodynamics and on the powertrains. That's a real shame that the place that we spent the most time playing with is the one that needs all the regs changing, but that's just par for the course. As you can see, we did get some R&D kind of through, and look where it's leapfrogged us up into being the 5th fastest car in theory. What I will say is that we are not the 5th fastest car in reality. Well, not with me at the wheel, and certainly not with Delatraz at the wheel either. And look at how tight it is. You've got Alfa Romeo and Alfa Tauri and Renault right behind. A small gap back to McLaren. Haas have closed in on them slightly. Even Williams got a tiny little upgrade here, but Mercedes pulling well clear in terms of what they can and can't do. So that's interesting. Let's stick our number 4 parts back on again. And let's dive into quali. It's going to be dry quali and dry race. Both kind of say that they're going to be wet after 45 minutes, but we'll be finished by then. So it shouldn't really cause us an issue. Just out of context, because I was looking at my upload schedule, I'm recording this on the hottest day of the year in the UK so far, well, the hottest day in Harlow anyway. It's the 11th of August. It is currently 33 degrees. Why do I do this to myself? So that I can feel like I'm in the Japanese heat, that's why. Probably why you can also hear my PS4 going like, please no, fan me harder. So my setup, which works really well on the harder tyres but not so great on the softer or softest compound, and that's why I think we're going to struggle particularly in quali. 75 on the wings.
Remember that corner exit is more important than corner entry. Slow in, fast out, smooth on the power.
83 brake pressure. I'm still locking them up like a moose, and really low on the tyre pressures because I just seem to be heating up the tyres really a lot here, but I'm sliding as well, so I'm stuck in no man's land. So yeah, we're going out. Let's drive out and see how we get on. That was someone speeding out just in front of us, damn it. Come on, Ginge. It really looks like someone that I've worked with recently as well. I do enjoy racing around the Suzuka circuit. I'm just not very good at it. And I got into a flow of this circuit much better in the 2019 game, but however I drove it in 2019 just does not transpose across into the 2020 game. So particularly into turn 2, so I used to run really deep in turn 1 and then come in wide and like circle my way through, but the way how these cars work, it just doesn't work, so I always end up kind of doing a secondary lockup. The way how I do the hairpin doesn't work here either. And Spoon I seem to be really hit and miss with, so who knows? Got a very even tyre wear. Let Ocon go. I'm also finding that all of, like, I don't remember that chicane looking so busy. And I seem to be missing my line into there as well. See, that's just not how I take that corner. And that's not, to be fair, how I've taken it in practice either. I'm so oversteery. But it's only when these tyres are brand new, and then it works after like a few laps. So that's why I'm like, do you know what? We are going to suck in quali, but this will work when it much better, so long as I don't bin it. And can survive the race, obviously. Doesn't feel like a terrible lap though, so far. But I do predict we're going to be right at the back of the field. Oh, that's not great. I'll be happy with 19th, I think. If I get top 15, I'll be delighted. Wasn't good into the chicane, was it? Alright, we've beat Grosjean. Session update.
Quick position rundown for you. The current top 5 are Bottas, Verstappen, Ocon, Albon and Stroll. So just ahead of us in this session at the moment are Ocon, Albon and Stroll. And behind us are Grosjean, Ricciardo and Norris. Currently the fastest lap is a 1:27.3.
I need to get a move on because I don't want to affect that Alfa Romeo. That Alfa Romeo is going to get a juicy tow. We've really buggered up Raikkonen's run. Well, it wasn't necessarily us, it was... There. Kimi will go better than that. Soz Kimster. The Chi was not with the Kimi. Kimchi. Kimsa. Ha 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 ha. Oh, I will stop with the terrible puns now. Sorry. Apologies, I've just turned down the gain. I just realised it was massively high. Okay. Actually, that's an alright lap. Oh, Grosjean's was terrible. AlphaTauris are looking good. Ricardo goes to 4. Go on, Louis. Be interested to see where Louis actually ends up, because although he is one of the least statistically good drivers, if not the least, the worst statted driver on the grid, I guess, at the moment. If our car is supposed to be 5th fastest, that should put him towards the back end of the midfield, and certainly away from the Williamses. Yeah, look, 15. Nice. Way ahead of Grosjean.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 28.9.
And Russell. Ahead of Kimi. Yep, definitely his best run so far. Good stuff. Well done, sir. Right, let's go out again.
Checks complete. All personnel be aware, we have a car leaving.
Thanks, Jeffers. Ooh, K-Mag's just beat him though. Session update.
Couldn't receive that. Repeat the message.
Session update.
Here's the top 5 cars as things stand. Hamilton, Bottas, Leclerc, Vettel and Ricciardo. Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are Albon, Stroll and Sainz. And we're in front of Giovinazzi, Magnussen and Delatraz. The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:27.1.
Go, go, go! Feels like the car is skidding a bit too much. Oh, that worked-ish.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Going wide on Spoon. Problematic. Into the pits. We went down to neutral then. Oops. Okay. Just Verstappen out there at the minute. Both AlphaTauris up there in the points. Or in the top 10 rather. Perez and Ocon. I say, where's Ricciardo? He's 5th. I'd looked past him. It's because Albon's down in 12th somehow.
We're 21st in the speed trap, 194.2 miles per hour.
I'm tempted to speed up the session a wee bit, but then it cheats. I do like those tyre marker boards though. Fourth in the standings then. See what Verstappen can do. Interesting, he's the only one to have gone early. A tiny bit quicker. Don't think it'll be enough though. How Danny Rick has managed to get that Renault up there, I've got no idea. Ocon as well. Clearly this track suits the Renault. Meep, 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 meep. Again, another car kicking up dust. That moves him up to 4th. Nicely done. Well, there comes everyone out of the pits. Okay. Let's do it. That sounds like Delatra's about to go.
Our best lap so far is a 1 minute 28.9.
There we go.
When you're ready, let's go.
Let's follow our guy. Oh, I wonder what happened there.
Just 30 seconds left in the session.
Yeah, we're fine. Okay, so no improvements for Verstappen. Let's see whether that pays off. See what I mean? That's how I've been taking that corner most of the time. It doesn't work. I need to go out wider, but it's the having the belief that the car will actually come back. Oh, nearly. This hasn't been quite such a good lap so far. Which does not surprise me at all. That first lap did feel good.
See some rain. ETA is about 15 minutes.
Oh, that wasn't good. Flicked it off the curbs. Yep. Sealed my fate. Oh wow, Delatraz has got ahead. And in desperation we've outblocked ourselves as well. And nearly glocked it into the wall. Wow. Well done, Delatraz. Beautiful 14th place there. We might have to play rear gunner, you know. See how we get on.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves of our top three: Hamilton, Vettel and Valtteri Bottas. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
So some notable achievements there. Ricciardo 6, Gasly 7, Stroll ahead of Perez again. Norris ahead of Sainz for once. Delatraz ahead of Smith for the first time ever. Woot, woot, woot. And well clear of Giovinazzi, well, just clear of Giovinazzi, and then we've got the two Haas's right in behind. Russell ahead of Latifi. Williams looking a bit more with it actually this weekend. Oh yeah, out qualified by the Louis.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it.
Was it?
Why do you think you weren't as quick as your teammate today?
No time to design, but they deserve that result.
After all the teams have updated their cars for next season's regulation changes, where do you think you'll come out?
I'm confident we're prepared for it.
Great. Well, that's everything.
We've already spent most of our upgrade points getting everything back on track again. So I'm quite confident. Yeah, we aren't. Although Albon had a poor run there in quali. But I don't think we're going to be quite in the running here around this Grand Prix. I've never gone well in Japan. Even in like sim racing leagues, I've always struggled. There was one league race I remember where there's in 1998 there was the Nakano, the Tuero Takagi smash at the chicane. And I remember having my own version of that with someone else right at the back of the field, and we were like 3 laps down at the end of like a full race in a proper like R-Factor based league, and it was so clumsy. And that other person then like turned back in front of like people coming around to lap us again, and it was all a bit carnagey, and I was like, oh, this doesn't surprise me at all. In that league, points went down to, I think it was 14th or 15th place.
Tough luck there. It's not quite where we'd want to be on the grid, but chin up, it's not the end of the world.
But because people bin it quite often around Suzuka, I was able to kind of limp round, and there was only 15 finishers, and we was like the 13th and 14th of them, so it worked. Okay, so we're starting off dry and then we'll be turning into wet. We know from those type of icons before that that never means anything in terms of like actually getting wet. So let's dive into the race, see how we get on.
Welcome along then to the magnificent Suzuka International Circuit, a stone's throw away from Issa Bay in the beautiful Japanese countryside. What surprises lie in wait for us today in the Japanese Grand Prix? A lap of this historic racetrack covers 3.6 miles, and it's the only time during the season that we race on a figure-of-8 racetrack. The drivers can expect some intense G-forces through the 18 corners on offer here as they experience some of the highest average apex speeds on the Formula One calendar. And keep an eye out for overtakes going into the final chicane. Anthony Davidson is alongside me as usual for the race today. Let's talk about Smith. No grip penalties, no mitigating circumstances, just a poor qualifying performance and a very disappointing start position for them today.
They'll have a sinking feeling as they look up from the cockpit and realise they're in a different postcode to the start line for sure. But the one positive they can hold on to is that the car is quick and they can make their way through the field.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Leclerc, Max Verstappen and Ricciardo, Gasly, Stroll, Perez and Alexander Albon, Norris, Fiat, Esteban Ocon and Sainz, Raikkonen, Delatraz, Smith and Antonio Giovinazzi, Magnussen, Grosjean, Russell and Nicholas Latifi. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
I guess we are the most out of place driver when you look at actual car performance. Wah, wah. I didn't think that they would actually mention me on the grid, damn it. And certainly not by name. Just moving the microphone around, sorry about that.
This is our engine supplier's home Grand Prix. Let's give them a race worth watching.
No. Right, let's do a switcheroo then. I don't want to be on those tyres for any particular length of time if I can get away with it. So if I can do a late stop, that will make me happy. And we can be a buffer maybe for Delatraz. Oh shit, we've hit both Alfa Romeos. Oopsie.
pushing. Let's capitalize on that first lap.
See what I mean? I feel much happier in this car on the harder tyres. Yeah, if we're not going to be able to affect Delatraz's race, then let's see if we can keep up with this top 10 gaggle. Oh, I see Kvyat's out of the top 10. It's a shame after what looked like a good early pace. Oh, now we're in trouble. Now we're in trouble. They all kick up the dust, didn't they? I thought that quite funny.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Okay, the car behind is catching you by 5/10 a lap. 5/10.
If we were scraping across the ground, that curve's probably done something to us. I think we're in trouble. Come on, Louis. We should be
Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes time. Rain in 10 minutes.
Ooh. A bit of rallycross. I think it's Gasly at the head of this queue. Not really running quite... Yeah, it's Gasly holding everyone up.
able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
Look at this midfield gaggle though. Alpha Tauri's, Racing Points, McLaren's, Minardi's, Alfa Romeo's. The Haas's are just about clinging on as well. Let's do it. Let's get Ocon.
Nice work, that brings you up a place.
That shows how much we lose on the old straight line speed. Oh, Kvyat nearly got round Norris. Okay, but with Gasly in the pits then, is everyone going to go a bit faster? Or not? Oh, I feel like I could really do something to Ocon. No. Okay, Delachas stayed out as well, interestingly.
Push now. We're boxing this lap.
I was going to say, please let Delachas come in that lap.
Louis is coming in for his stop.
Okay, let's push, 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 push. I mean, wow, Lando. That could work out well for Lando. It couldn't. Lando, not Lando. You know what I mean. I'm not sure. I feel like we are closing him down though. Oh.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. Exit, exit now. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Wow, well, Norris has done superbly to hold that on. Now, what can we do with these 5 laps? Oh. Okay, this is going to be our first one.
We're expecting rain in around 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, 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 oh. We need to strike whilst the iron's hot. Because I'm just as liable to bin this car as I am to actually drive fast. No, that's not going to happen down that straight. Oh! That drama up ahead though, throwing me right off. If we can get close again. Again, they're all going to hold each other up around the Degners.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
It's all gone a bit Kobayashi, hasn't it? Oh, Vettel's out again!
Yellow flag.
That guy,
There's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags.
he does not catch a break, does he? Has
Green
that got to
flag.
be about his 4th or 5th retirement this season? Lovely Ferrari tactics. Oh, we're gonna struggle. Oh yeah, you two can battle each other.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
Thought about it. That was a bit
Brilliant.
naughty.
Nice move.
Oh. Okay, we're going to need to... That's Perez just smashing Stroll out the... Gasly out the way
you're
as well.
catching the car ahead, but remember we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres.
That is the first time I feel like I've taken that corner properly all race. can do this. Oh, Gasly kept ahead of Perez and all of that. Wow. See, Delatraz is on the end of that trade.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining. We advise moving to mix 2, fuel to mix 2.
Not yet.
This is your final lap of the race.
Oh, I think he's going to be the better of me. We aren't getting this one. And we owe this 10th place purely to Pierre Gasly. Sorry, 9th place. Hamilton takes the win. I think that helps him out of his championship no end.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
That's it then for another fantastic Grand Prix here in Japan. A brilliant victory that has thoroughly earned the applause from the sellout crowd here today. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team. And they certainly deserve it.
Leclerc in for another podium, sneakily. No Red Bulls on it. No.
Let's have
Unlocked
a quick look
nothing.
at how the driver standings have changed. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
I have to give it to Smith. There was a lot going on all down the field, but they were the only one who I really felt maximised their potential.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
So what's really interesting with this is that after the big three teams, where we've got the battle for the best of the rest, it is all the best of the rest teams that have been scoring that all scored. So it was one Renault, one McLaren, one Racing Point, a Minardi and an AlphaTauri. And then like their secondaries, the Alfa Romeos, they're just missing out. Delatraz on the back of that clan, very pleased with that. The Hasses weren't too far behind either. Followed by the Williamses and just Vettel with his relatively customary DNF, I'm afraid to say. Interesting there, Verstappen going onto the hards. That probably ruined his podium. And yeah, we did have a smack. Oh, Vettel smacked with Bottas. We smacked with Raikkonen and Giovinazzi, to be fair. And we did have that track limit problem. In the standings, though, that was good runs from Norris and from Stroll, and that helped them leapfrog Ocon, whilst Hamilton now has a 15-point lead. And you have to kind of say it is a two-horse race. Leclerc's dropped too far back now to keep it in a three-horse, you'd think. Verstappen's well gone, Vettel with his DNF's well gone, Albon had a terrible start and has only really been pocking around the top 6 most of the time. We are being closed down slowly for the best of the rest. It depends whether Perez and Ricciardo kind of get a good run on it. I was worrying it was going to be Sainz, but McLaren's lack of R&D in the second half of the season's put paid to that, I think. Any other changes elsewhere? No. And no changes in the actual team standings, but look, that already does pull Racing Point and Renault clear from us. McLaren pulling clear as well, so we are settling into our 7th place. AlphaTauri well clear now of Alfa Romeo, and still no points for Haas. How can Haas still be pointless? They had a couple of 11ths, didn't they?
Great work out there today. Let's have your
Thanks.
thoughts.
He was horrible to me yesterday, love.
Did you struggle to get through all that traffic today? Which department has been hit the hardest by next year's regulation changes? Do you have any comments about the collisions? Great. Well, that's everything.
You're welcome. Not a surprise. Since when it's a Minardi, should be battling with a Red Bull. Good runs by both of us there. Very pleased with that. Well done both. Plenty of cash to go round as well, which is great. £3.8 million. Juicy. Four races to go to the end of season 1.
Morning, boss. This week's income from the sponsors has cleared, and we're making good profit against our running costs.
I'm sure we are. I'll renew that sponsor, thank you very much, and then we'll end this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Join us for the American Grand Prix in an invitational event by the looks of it, coming up soon. Bye for now.